Hey guys, so this week I've been playing Tomb Raider, which is a relaunch of a classic gaming franchise. I remember I have very fond memories of playing the original Tomb Raider and some of the other iterations of the game, but this is a completely new one and it's a relaunch. They threw everything away and started over fresh. But is it any good? Well, here's my opinion of Tomb Raider. Whenever the idea of taking a beloved franchise and relaunching it in some new direction floats around, people get angry. And with Tomb Raider, that's certainly been the case. A lot of people were upset by the idea of throwing away all these years of nostalgic gaming memories and history of playing the Tomb Raider series, and some people had very impassioned opinions like, "Back in my day, Lara Croft had triangles for boobs and we liked it!" But despite all that, Tomb Raider has been relaunched and so has Lara Croft. No longer is she the posh gun-wielding sociopath that climbs through tombs and kills people. She's now a 20-something college grad just trying to figure her way around the world. The game starts out with Lara and her crew being stranded on some weird island and being taken into captivity by strange hostile natives. And one of the really interesting decisions about this game is that Lara is not initially prepared to deal with all this stuff. She's a young woman who's, slightly adventurous, but she's not a, crazy Tomb Raider who goes around, killing bad guys and strangling wolves with her bare hands. In fact, in the beginning of the game, she doesn't even want to kill anybody. The first time she does kill someone, it's devastating to her. And then over the course of the game, she's like, "Please don't make me kill you," to, "Alright, screw it, I'm just gonna have to kill you because I want to survive." And that plays into the main narrative theme of the game, which is survival. It's, do what you have to survive. You don't have to like killing all these people, but you're gonna have to. It makes for a kind of a refreshing change, because in other games like Uncharted, you see Nathan Drake shooting a bunch of people and then snapping some guy's neck and then go, "Ha! You don't got a neck now," or some stupid quip. But Lara doesn't revel in it, she doesn't enjoy it, but she has to do it, and she will do it, because she wants to survive. This theme also plays really well into the gameplay, because as you progress through the game, you gain new tools to help you better yourself and make yourself better equipped to survive. At times it's almost Zelda-esque, because you have oh, I've got a bow and arrow, which means I can do this. Oh, I got a bow and arrow that shoots rope, so I can open this door. Oh, but I need a bow and arrow with rope and this little pulley so that I can do this thing. And as you're going through the game, you find salvage, which you can use to upgrade your pistols or your bow and arrow, do more damage or better range or better stability. If you've played Far Cry 3, the system will feel very familiar to you. In fact, just about everything about this game will feel familiar to you. Tomb Raider is kind of on the verge of almost being like a hodgepodge of other game ideas, but they put them together in a way that works really well. Playing through the game, you see shadows of Legend of Zelda, or Far Cry, or Assassin's Creed, or even a little Dead Space in there. And the most notable one is obviously Uncharted. The game feels basically like an Uncharted game, only with Lara Croft instead of Nathan Drake. I can almost see the meeting of all the developers sitting around planning out this game and saying to themselves, these Tomb Raider games aren't selling like they used to. We need to do something better. We could always just, make an Uncharted game but put Lara Croft in it. And that's certainly not a bad thing, because why not take an established franchise and do that with your game? Especially because Uncharted is basically a spiritual successor to Tomb Raider anyways. One of the interesting decisions is, unlike Uncharted, it's not an entirely on-rails game. You're actually playing in an open world. It may not always feel like an open world because the game does a good job at kind of shoveling you along to the next area when you've done the one thing that you were supposed to do, but there is room to explore. There's actually tombs that you can explore that are optional that you can ignore or go back to if you want. And besides the single-player campaign, they also added multiplayer to this, and the multiplayer plays just like Uncharted 3 multiplayer. There's a good guy team and a bad guy team, and you play deathmatch and capture the flag kind of stuff. And you level up and you can unlock characters from the game to play as, so you can be like, I'm this guy from the game, ha! I don't expect people to continue to play the multiplayer for years to come or anything, but it's there and it's functional and it's kind of fun. I was really impressed with Tomb Raider. It's an Uncharted game, essentially, but that's fine with me. I mean, it does a lot more than Uncharted does, and it's got some really interesting things too, but they took what was great about Uncharted. They, all the action-y stuff, maybe it's not as good, it doesn't quite reach Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3 kind of levels. It's almost there, and maybe with a sequel it'll surpass it or do something really amazing and different that I'd be really interested in seeing. But as it is, it's great. I mean, if you're a fan of the Uncharted, Tomb Raider kinds of games, then pick this up, because it's the only it's basically a sequel to Uncharted that hasn't come out. Because when's the next Uncharted game coming out? In the PS4? No, screw that. Get Tomb Raider.